bet you sold a lot of wine with that one. That's awesome. So then, obviously, it's Syrah, and then the Rhone varietals, and we've heard this for years, is that, you know, you can't tell the vine where to grow. The vine tells you where it will live, it will grow.
Yeah.
And right.
I had a big learning curve in the 70s. Like I planted 60 acres of Chenin Blanc. People say, was it too hot? No, it's not too hot. It's too damn dry. Because the stomates on the bottom of the leaves
Interesting.
don't close.
Okay.
So you could be irrigating the damn vineyard, and the vine can't pump water fast enough.
So it wasn't a heat thing.
Yeah.
It wasn't that. It was a dryness. Okay.
It was dryness.
Okay.
Dryness. Well,
Interesting.
makes sense.
So now, I mean, again, we talked about you getting this huge honor. So tell me about the Rhone Rangers. I mean, that started. It's huge now.
Yeah, well, I mean,
over the-
Jason really started it. I mean,
Right.
I mean, they really, they came in with the brands, and we've participated because, I mean, with the Syrah, the Cunoise, and
Sure.
Viognier,
Right.
we were, I think, the fifth or sixth winery to make Viognier, and Matt Gerritsen worked for me. I gave him his first job in the wine industry in marketing. And he was in love with Viognier. And that's when he did the Viognier Guild, which morphed into the Rhone Rangers.
Oh, there you go. I was wondering. I know I could read out, but I'd rather hear it from you. That's kind of cool. That's kind of a cool story.
That is interesting.
And what all started.
And with the legitimacy of having the Perens in Paso,
Right.
and a hostel, but
Oh yeah.
it lent
Yeah.
instant celebrity to or notoriety or hey, Paso.
Yeah.
My first grape is still Cabernet.
Yes, of course.
Oh yeah.
Really, Cab, and then of course Syrah. Which is,
Yeah,
Right.
I love the Cab and Syrah are the two. I also like my Barbera.
Oh yeah, there you go. Yes.
And I've been making Barbera since '78 also.
So I find interesting, and I'm gonna see if you agree, is that there's a lot of Napa, so everybody knows Napa Sonoma, and of course you have Paso, you got San Gabriel Hills, San Ynez area, but Paso seems to like just exploded. I mean, since I would say in the last 10 years or even before.
I'd say about 50.
Yeah.
Yeah, what happened was, I mean, like I
Since
said,
they've been going up.
Yeah.
when I built the Estrella, which is now at Treasury and Estates.
That's right. Yeah.
Biggest winery in Paso.
Right.
But they don't. Beautiful tasting room, but it's not open. It's purely a gallo-like operation.
Yeah.
And, I would go out on the road and say, people say, where are you from? Hey, grapes are coming from Paso Robles. And they go,
Where?
is that in El Paso?
Exactly.
Or is that in
Where?
Baja, California?
Right,
Where is Paso Robles?
Nobody knew it. No one knew.
No.
Right.
And me, the Hoffmans came in around that time,
I remember them.
and Toby and I came over and did this and drugged Toby with me. He was a cellar rat over at Estrella. And then we made his first two vintages here, so he'd have wine when he had his winery. But Vic Roberts, the Martin brothers, I mean, there were. You finally got to a point where there was a critical mass, where wine writers and restaurateurs and bottle shop started to recognize.
Yeah.
And we entered all the competitions. And we've always done well, and most of Paso has.
Yes.
I mean, it's good ground, it's good climate, great. I mean, this is Vitis vinifera country.
Yes, it is.
I mean,
It really
it's,
is.
Really.
It
you
really
think
is.
about
Okay.
my throat.
Say, Rosé will fix it. It's all good.
I lost my train of thought.
We're talking about how the industry is
Really
exploding.
Yeah,
And
I
this
mean,
land
we
became a
finally
critical-
got to that critical mass
Critical mass. Yeah.
where people started, and I say people, Dan Berger and Bob Morris.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Yes.
And they started to oh wow, there's something going on there. And then we started getting stories,
Mm-hmm.
and it just sort of grew. And the problem was that we had at that time was people would want to come for a weekend.
Yeah. No.
And the accommodations were
Yes.
horrible.
Yes.
And there was
Yes.
like one or two restaurants.
I remember.
I have some
I
stories.
remember that.
And but once we hit that critical mass, things really took off.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we've got, I think, what, about 260 bonded wineries? And
Has to be.
maybe another 50 virtual.
It's every time we come, and we've been here writing about this area for about 11 years or so, maybe more. And every time you come, it's like not just one or two; it's like 8.
Yeah.
It's like boom.
No, and the other thing is, because, I mean, in the 70s, I knew anyone in the county that could spell grape. And
Yeah. Yeah, they
Yeah.
probably thought you were crazy. Like, what are you doing?
That's great. So
it just, now I can't, I can't eat. I used to try for years, once I had this place going, and if I had a Sunday was free, I would go and I'd visit
sure,
3 or 4 wineries just to
see.
say hi, how things
Yeah,
going, how you guys do.
network, yeah.
The wineries came so fast, and then they kept changing hands.
Yeah, yeah.
It is.
They just, I mean, it's like, Joe Matalet's owned his winery on Tuesday, and on Thursday somebody else owned it.
Yeah, yeah.
And they turn over so fast. It's
Interesting.
So, it's amazing. I mean, you're one of the very few that actually were here for the beginning, watched this area explode. So before we go, I mean, we talked about the awards, but this is one coming from your peers, right? Correct?
Right.
So this means a lot. It must mean a lot to you.
yes, it does. I don't think I've done near as much to promote the Rones as the Haas family have.
Right.
But certainly I've been doing it for longer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
But and it's I keep going, man, this is crazy. It's,
Yeah, it
and
happened.
the other thing is, I can't. Right now, you've got Allegretto and Cheval Blanc.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Cheval Blanc is really nice, yeah.
Oh boy, and you've got the highest end, you got a big middle, and you got some low end.
Mm-hmm.
We've got accommodations now.
Yeah.
Yes.
But the other thing that we have is we've got world-class restaurants now.
Yes, you
Yes,
do.
you do.
And
You do.
I mean, great places for snacks or for burgers or something. But you've got McPhee's, Cortile, Buena Tavola,
Yep.
Catch,
Yep.
Fish Gaucho.
I think we've eaten all of them, I think. Yeah, you're right, yeah. They're great.
It's like, wow.
Yeah.
Want to go out for dinner. When I came to Paso, and I mean this most sincerely, in '73, we had several places for breakfast and several places that did a pretty good lunch.
Mm-hmm.
But the most consistent quality in the way of dinner, because these were all farmers,
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
and they were just pulling people off of 101 traveling,
Right.
was Denny's.
Yeah,
And I don't
man.
mean that
Denny's.
as a joke. I mean, it was.
Denny's and
Yeah.
El
It was.
Cotele, two different, like, wow.
Yeah.
Big swing.